Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being a viewer. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I want you to know that I appreciate you. Your vote of confidence in me and my entire team is you please consider clicking the like button, you please clicking the subscribe button, and you gently igniting the notifications button. I would really appreciate that. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. I think it's very safe to say at this point in time, based on the news that we have, that we are not going to see stimulus before an election. This has been a very up and down situation. It's been frustrating. It's been extremely aggravating for many of our viewers and subscribers, and I completely understand. I think that there are a lot of other factors going on here behind the scenes. I've mentioned this before on my channel. This should be about economics. This should be about doing the right thing. This should be about helping our country, helping those who need it the most. Because direct result of this pandemic has been that the rich have actually gotten richer. They've bounced back. I've covered that elsewhere on my channel. And those who need help the most, specifically individuals who are low wage earners, middle income earners, individuals, women have been affected more than men. Individuals who have less than a high school education have been impacted much worse than individuals who have graduate degrees and more advanced degrees. And also what's extremely disturbing about this recovery has been the fact that individuals in travel, leisure, entertainment, hospitality, those are the individuals who've been impacted the most. And this is very unfortunate. But I can tell you that when decisions are made in DC, they're made based on politics, they're made based on timing, and they're made based on opportunity from both sides. On my channel, my goal is not to blame on one side or the other. It's to hopefully report good news if it happens. And clearly there has not been a lot of good news that I've had the opportunity to report to you. I'm not going to make up stuff and give you false hope and false headlines. As you figure out by now, I don't do that on my channel. But there is something going on behind the scenes. It's the Republican gambit, if you will. It's what I call the Republican Endgame. And I've covered this on my channel where I've asked, hey, is it likely that the Senate will abandon the president? I have covered this on my channel. I've outlined huge discrepancies between the president's position as well as the Senate's position. And for the first time today, I believe Bloomberg did an outstanding job. They released an article that essentially encapsulates all of this information. You'll see the Bloomberg article on your screen, and the Bloomberg article's headline reads, Trump's grip on Senate Republicans slipping with stimulus ploy. So in this video, I'm going to answer the question, I'm going to ask the question, and I'm going to invite viewers, my viewers and subscribers to comment. Is the president's grip on the Republican Party slipping? Is that indeed what is happening? And I want you to comment in the description section below. Please keep in mind, for me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. I want to be clear about that in case 1% of my viewers freak out and think that, I'm doing this to essentially take a shot at President Trump. I don't even think like that. That thought doesn't even cross my mind. I'm a citizen journalist and a reporter, so don't blame the messenger. I'll provide you with a link to the article in the description section below. So the article says that declining polls have Republicans in Congress bracing for former Vice President Joe Biden. And this is a quote from Bloomberg. Lawmakers are gingerly moving to create distance from the White House. And the article goes on to say President Trump's once tight grip on Republican lawmakers is showing signs of slipping as he falls behind Democrat Joe Biden, making the GOP path to keeping control of the Senate increasingly fraught. Republicans continue to line up behind Trump when their core interests coincide, such as solidifying a conservative majority on the Supreme Court by quickly confirming Judge Amy Coney Barrett. GOP candidates also are eager to tout tax cuts and deregulation under the president, longtime themes that predate President Trump. But the president's handling of the pandemic and his attempt to force through a stimulus deal with Democrats are exposing fractures at a time when Republicans are facing grim election day prospects in 3 weeks. According to this article, every single national poll shows the president trailing behind former Vice President Joe Biden, and it is predicted that Democrats will retain control of the House, maybe even pick up a few more House seats, and the Senate could flip blue. There is the Republican Party is at a serious risk of losing its current 53 to 47 Senate majority. Now, keep in mind, direct and public criticism of the president amongst the GOP party, amongst the Republican Party is very rare. And here's a comment from former Arizona Republican Senator Jeff Flake, who retired in 2018 after President Trump's loyalists turned on Jeff Flake for criticizing the president. This is what Jeff Flake said. "I think most Senate Republicans will privately acknowledge what everyone else seems to know. The president's not going to win re-election and they are going to be dealing with the President Biden." This is according to Jeff Flake. "He's putting some of my former colleagues in an untenable position," according to Jeff Flake. And according to this article, the recent inconsistent moves from the president on stimulus and on again, off again, cold, hot, cold approach is indeed hurting his position within the Republican Party. And a lot of Republicans are already divided internally about how big a package they would agree to, because they have House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on the other side trying to negotiate a larger package. So basically, again, President Trump's inconsistencies have indeed put the Republicans in a tough position. And it seems that when Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell pushed for a vote on the $500 billion bill next Monday, that's the intention of the Senate Majority Leader, to push for renewed funding of the Paycheck Protection Program. According to this article, President Trump undercut GOP lawmakers this week, a short time after the Senate Majority Leader announced plans for a vote on a narrow piece of legislation. You'll see the tweet from the president on your screen, where the president says, "Stimulus, go big or go home." Again, it's unclear whether this is part of a strategy between the administration and the Senate, because if it was, then I guess President Trump has a plan A, go for big stimulus and then blame Speaker Pelosi if it fails, and plan B, have a narrower stimulus. The problem is that plan A isn't going anywhere because House Speaker Pelosi is standing firm. In fact, I did a detailed analysis of Speaker Pelosi's CNN interview, as well as the response from Chuck Schumer about reinforcing, standing behind Speaker Pelosi. So I don't think plan A is going anywhere. And plan B is not going to go anywhere as well, because it's not going to get any support from the Democrats. So if the $500 billion bill that Senate Majority Leader is talking about next week is simply a messaging ploy, we're back to square one. We're back to how we were with the HEROES Act. We're back to how we were with the updated version of the HEROES Act. We're back to how we were with the skinny bill, the targeted bill, and we're back to square one. So what is the only thing that can resolve all of this? The only thing that can resolve all of this right now is for President Trump to somehow get the Republican senators on his side to approve larger stimulus. And then if they do get behind him to approve larger stimulus, and then Speaker Pelosi is saying, no, hey, that could be something that could maybe even rally the entire Republican Party, not just the senators, not just the Republican senators, but maybe even help with the re-election efforts. On the other hand, if the current stalemate continues, and by the way, these are words from Senator Ted Cruz, if people are broke and frustrated and angry and frustrated when they go to vote on election day, they're going to, he says, this is Senator Ted Cruz, a Republican from Texas. He said that this could be essentially a Watergate type situation, where this could be the Republican Party could lose their majority in the Senate and there could be a blue wave. And I want to be clear, there are some Republicans who have spoken out against President Trump, and there are other Republicans who are now offering clues to what they call a check against a Biden presidency. Let's take the example of Senator Mitt Romney. He's the only senator who's essentially publicly criticized, the only Republican senator who has publicly criticized President Trump, and he has a solid constituency in his home state of Utah. And essentially what Senator Romney has done is he actually voted to convict President Trump on the impeachment charge. And on Tuesday this week, he ripped into the president's political rhetoric as well as statements from some Democrats. So that's Senator Mitt Romney. Now, some senators are already starting to shift their positions a little bit to position themselves as a brake on Biden and the Democratic agenda. North Carolina Senator Thom Tillis, who's actually at this moment in time trailing Democrat Cal Cunningham, told Politico last week that a Republican Senate was, I quote, the best check on a Biden presidency. Now, there is another senator who's very well known, Texas Senator John Cornyn. He's facing an increasingly competitive race with Democrat M.J. Hager. And he said Wednesday this week on Fox News that he wants President Trump to win so that the GOP can continue filling federal courts. but he did acknowledge that he was, quote, very concerned about the president's poll numbers and said that the Republicans need the Senate as a firewall against the Democrats. So you can start to see these signs emerging from some of the president's staunchest supporters. Now, here's something interesting that was reported in the Bloomberg article that I thought was quite surprising. And so here's what the Bloomberg article reported. A GOP strategist who has been consulting with Senate campaigns said Republicans have been carefully laying the groundwork to restrain a Biden administration on federal spending and the budget deficit by talking up concerns about the price tag for another round of stimulus relief. Now get this. The thinking, according to this strategist, is that it would be very hard politically to agree on spending trillions of dollars now and then in January suddenly embrace fiscal restraint. In other words, it appears that the Republicans might be adopting a position of austerity, which means they want to be fiscally very conservative. In fact, let's take a look at the definition of austerity on your screen. What austerity means is a set of political and economic policies that aim to reduce a government budget deficit through spending cuts, tax increases, or a combination of both. In other words, it's being fiscally very conservative. And austerity measures are often used by governments that find it difficult to borrow or meet their existing obligations to pay back loans. I mean, the budget deficit of the United States is growing rapidly, so some austerity measures are required at some point in time. In fact, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, he said last week that he was avoiding the White House for 2 months because proper protocols, specifically social distancing and masks, were not being followed. Although he avoided directly mentioning the president, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said, anyone not following health guidelines is now, I quote, paying the price. And in a final note, Kevin Madden, who's a Republican strategist and a former aide to Mitt Romney and ex-House Speaker John Boehner, he said it is now too late for Republicans to publicly break with the president. He said, I quote, many Republican senators have built political profiles in the last few years as political allies of the president. If there's anybody who's going to survive and find those ticket splitters, they will have started that process a long time ago and not now, essentially implying that it's too late to break with the president now because we are literally days away from the election. Let me know what you think of this potentially this detachment, if you will, Republicans moving away gingerly from the president, as quoted in the Bloomberg article, right? Let me know what you think by commenting below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, I'll provide you with a link to the article in the description section below so you can check it out for yourself. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I really, really appreciate you. Your vote of confidence in me and my team is you gently clicking the like button, gently igniting the subscribe button, and please remember to smash that notification button. This way you'll get instant updates from our channel going forward. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. This is where you can learn a little bit about me. You learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Keep in mind that we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. I really, really appreciate your support. Follow us on Instagram. This is our Instagram handle, ignition_time. Also follow us on Twitter. This is our Twitter handle. It's also ignition_time. Now keep in mind that you can get alerts from us on your cell phone. Get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000, that's 70000. You'll get added to our SMS alerts list. If you want to get added to our email list, simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts, and then you'll get added to our email list. You can opt out of the SMS list or the email list at any point in time that you want. No worries about that. Keep in mind that YouTube does not always release notifications on time. So what you can do, simply bookmark youtube.com/ignitiontime, and then you'll be able to visit the homepage of our channel and you'll be able to bookmark our channel and you'll be able to watch our videos at any point in time that you want. Once again, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. Please consider commenting below and engaging with our community. Our community is growing very, very rapidly. As always, you'll find the link to all our sources, all our news sources in the description section below. So check that out. Also, please share this video with friends and family. That's your vote of confidence in me and my team because it helps us grow the community. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.